to that big girl.
I do want to ask Traum a question,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to relate to this or not. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not projecting. I'm serious.
Yeah.
And we've had this conversation before. It's been with me and you, or with me because you don't really support it. But I go to black men, the nigga, black women. There's like a different experience between the brothers, the niggas, the black women, and even the community, the gay community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that black men believe in themselves as much as black women do?
Good question. I'm gonna have to go back to what Sonny was saying. I think it's part of the setup and the design, and not to blame everything on the system, but there's a lot of that at play where black men aren't necessarily set up in a way where we believe in ourselves from black boys. You know what I mean? Our expectation levels are different. The path to the penitentiary is different than it is for men and it is for women. And that's just the reality of it. So, yeah, it is different.
Do you think that has anything to do with the way that the women is expecting certain things from the men, but the men isn't believing in himself enough to put himself as a head of the family, and is now asking the woman to almost be the head of the family?
I don't know if it's that the man isn't expecting that of himself, or if the man just isn't as qualified. A lot of men just aren't as qualified. They don't have the same degrees and certain skills to make that type of income.
So then why would the black woman accept him as a leader of the family if he doesn't have those skills, if he hasn't trained himself, if he doesn't believe in himself? What about a woman you're telling black women who have worked, trained themselves, struggled, gone to school, done all of these things to better themselves, why does she not have to go and support him in his struggle? What? I told you I was doing my show, lady. Women, I swear, they just don't care. They're fucking rebels.
My answer to that is
like,
it's always going to be more than about the money. There's multiple things at play here. So let's say the woman makes $1 million. So she's like, I got to find a nigga that makes more than me. What is there? 2% of the population that makes more than you? You know what I mean? You're not giving yourself a lot of options. And out of that 2%, how many of them niggas is scumbags and got crazy egos and out here thinking that they fucking rule the world, right? So would you sacrifice that, and would you sacrifice somebody with a really strong character because he's not making more than you? You're at the top of the game. So there's not too many people above you. And that's what Tyler Perry is saying. Yo, women are out here killing it. Let's give them their props.
Well,
so men aren't killing it as much. So you can't make a nigga that, you can't marry a nigga that make less than you?
Well, if you look at the mirror image, it's like, why would it, first of all, when you men get somewhere, y'all ain't choosing me because I got a better character. You go and fuck with somebody, a white girl or a different race. You're not just choosing black women because they got a better character. Why should a woman that struggled and going through all of this now say, you know what, well, he's got a greater character. He can't really do shit for me as a man around but change a tire. But I'll fuck with him because he's black. Why shouldn't she, if she's struggled and going through everything she's going through, say, yo, let me choose what's best for me? And marriage is a business arrangement. Mm-hmm. And who you marry, you got to really deal with their traumas. Mm-hmm. You got to deal with the shit that fucked them up and put them in the position that they in right now. A motherfucker not just fucked up in the game and he's just a great person all around. All of that shit that got him there, he's holding resentment for that, and he's going to most likely take it out around the people that's right around him. His nuclear community is going to suffer from his troubles. So why should she, after going through everything that she's going through, going to therapy and everything else that women do, that men don't do, subjugate themselves and say, yo, you know what? Let me give charity.
I'm sorry, Sonny. I just got to respond to that real quick.
This man.
I feel like you're assuming the worst out of this nigga.
I am, because I'm a podcaster.
So why he can't just be a stable dude that has a good job making $80,000 and she's making $900,000?
Crazy.
whatever it is.
80,000. All right.
650. Let's say 50.
Whatever it is, like he got a stable
Most
job.
niggas
Why
don't
he got to
get
be in debt and fucked up just because he ain't making as much as her?
No, seriously. Why nigga gotta be
good
a
and I
fucked
got
up
money
nigga?
and I'm in debt and fucked up.
It's good niggas out here that be like, you know what? I just never wanted to leave this area. I loved it. You know what I mean? But they good men. He worked probably the manager at a store, but I don't mean he a bad nigga because he ain't making bread and want to get his girl a Birkin. You know what I mean? Damn. That's just the
Y'all
fucking
not gonna
internet.
support this argument.
The internet.
Nah.
Y'all not giving
Can't
no.
go
Y'all not doing it, huh? This is.
Nope.
I'm being divisive.
Nah, you're not being divisive. I understand the argument because obviously there's plenty of ladies that support your argument, and who am I to say what your standards are going to be? But I mean, like, I just don't get it. It's just I feel like put a little more emphasis on character. And this is assuming that you're doing well. Like if you're struggling in life and you want to look for somebody that's doing well financially, I get that.
Yes.
But if you're doing well financially, you got that covered, then wouldn't you want somebody that can just make you happy and got all of these character traits?